We have met with the personnel director from the city of New Haven, and subsequently the assistant chief and the training director, Deputy Chief Smith, visited the New Haven Fire Department and met with Battalion Chief Matt Marcarelli to review the hiring practices under their new testing protocol. And I think the overwhelming and pretty convincing feedback that we got from Battalion Chief Marcarelli is that their experience has been the recruits that come out of the new testing process are better than the cadets that came out of the previous efforts. Similar to the city of Norwalk, a written test was administered, and the goal of the written test has always been to reduce the number to the smallest amount that then go to the interview. And our problem with that process is that it eliminates 90% of all the candidates that apply. And it really does not make the written and the oral examination equally weighted. The written becomes a pass-fail for all intents and purposes, and if you get less than a 92% on the written, you fail. Because you never get to an interview. And anybody who's applied for a job recently understands that you need to get to an interview. So what New Haven has done through the work of consultant Morrison McDaniel from North Carolina has made sure that all candidates who pass with a 70% or better at least get to the second step. And the second step would be an interview. As you can imagine, interviewing 1,000 candidates becomes very problematic, and he has a system to do that that's videotaped, and then the videotapes are scored by teachers. So we take the fire service element out of the process because there is no fire service experience needed to apply. So you take the fire service element out of it, any potential bias in the oral examination, and their experience has been very, very good. They have hired 2 classes of about 45 candidates in each class, so they've hired 90 out of this process, and 25% of both classes were minority candidates, and their experience has been very, very good. My concern was that we've heard the debate here in Norwalk, we don't want to reduce the standard. And I think that New Haven's process, and the one that we hope to emulate, is that we're not reducing the standards, we're adjusting the standard or changing the standards or evaluating those things that are really important to the service or the work that a firefighter does. Our prerequisites up until now have been that you have to have a high school diploma and a valid Connecticut driver's license. When we test, and if we are scoring it the way that we've done in the past, what we're really giving preference to is those that have college degrees and are testing better, and that may not be the best measure of what it takes to be a firefighter. What I expect that will happen from this point forward is we will begin the process of promoting careers in the fire service in the community, and I've begun some of those outreach efforts already. We'll put together a small committee to start working on that. We need to get potential candidates to begin to prepare for a career in the fire service, how to take the written test, how to participate in that oral successfully, and how to prepare yourself physically. And we'll begin that work as once the process begins, there really is little time to prepare yourself. You'll go right into recruitment and then testing. So we want to start now for a testing process, for a recruitment period later in the summer, a testing process in the fall, and as I had represented to the commission previously, we hope to have candidates off of the next list ready to go for the Fire Academy class September of 2016.